Why doesn't she text you first? Here's why and how to handle it. It's frustrating, right? You know she likes you, but she's still silent. You wonder, why doesn't she text you first? Here's the thing, modern women think and act differently. If you don't understand their mindset, you'll always feel stuck. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why she's silent and how to handle it in a way that puts you back in control. Stick around. This could change everything. Section 1. Modern independence and ego protection. In today's world, women are more independent than ever. This isn't just about financial independence. It's about emotional and social independence, too. Modern society has dramatically shifted. Women have been taught to guard their egos and avoid appearing needy at all costs. Reaching out first might feel like a sign of vulnerability, a crack in their armor of perceived independence. For them, making the first move feels like gambling their self-esteem on a bet that may not pay off. Think about it. Women today face constant societal pressure to appear confident, self-sufficient, and hard to get. Media, social norms, and even dating coaches tell them that the moment they chase a man, they lose their power. This conditioning creates an internal conflict. She might want to text you, but fears looking weak or needy, which keeps her from hitting send. Additionally, rejection plays a massive role here. Modern women are acutely aware of how men react to their advances. A misstep, like showing too much interest too soon, could backfire. They might wonder, will he think I'm too available? Will he lose respect for me? This leads to a defensive strategy. Let him come to me. It's a protective mechanism, even if it's frustratingly counterproductive. The key takeaway here is that her silence doesn't always mean disinterest. It often means she's grappling with her own insecurities or adhering to societal norms that make her hesitate. Understanding this is just the beginning. Section 2. Social media and the illusion of options. Another massive reason women hesitate to contact you is the distorted reality created by social media. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and dating apps have made it seem like everyone has endless options. For many women, this creates a mindset of constant comparison to others, other women, other potential matches, and idealized versions of people they see online. Here's what happens. She might genuinely like you, but worries that you have better options waiting for you. If she reaches out first, she risks feeling like she's competing for your attention. Social media has created a scarcity mentality gone wrong. Instead of encouraging bold moves, it makes people more cautious. Why risk rejection when she believes there's always another option just a swipe away? On the flip side, women are inundated with attention online. A single picture posted on Instagram can receive dozens, if not hundreds, of likes, comments, and direct messages. This creates a false sense of validation. Even if she genuinely likes you, she might not feel the absence of your attention because she's surrounded by digital noise. She might even assume that if you're not messaging her, you've already moved on to someone else. The lesson here: modern dating dynamics are heavily influenced by technology. Her hesitation isn't always personal. It's a byproduct of living in an era where perceived options are infinite, but true connections are rare. Section 3. The power play of uncertainty. Women today are well aware of the psychological power of uncertainty. They've been told time and time again that men value the chase, and if they make things too easy, they risk losing your interest. This belief has become deeply ingrained, and for many women it shapes how they approach communication. If she likes you, she may intentionally hold back to create a sense of mystery. Her silence becomes a strategic move to keep you guessing, to keep you wondering about her feelings. The irony is, this strategy often backfires, especially with high-value men who don't play games. But from her perspective, it's a way to maintain control of the situation. This tactic is rooted in the idea of scarcity. If she seems scarce, if she doesn't always respond right away, or initiates contact sparingly, you might perceive her as more valuable. This mindset has been drilled into modern women through dating advice columns, relationship coaches, and even their own past experiences. So the next time you're frustrated by her lack of communication, consider this. It's not necessarily that she doesn't care. In her mind, she's keeping the power dynamics balanced or tilted in her favor. Section 4. Fear of emotional investment. Emotional investment can be risky, especially for women in today's dating scene. Many modern women have been burned in the past by ex-partners, which makes them more cautious about getting emotionally involved too quickly. They've learned to protect themselves and are careful about where they invest their feelings. The fear of vulnerability, getting too attached or giving too much too soon, is a real concern for many women. They might hesitate to initiate contact because they want to avoid repeating past heartbreak. It's not that they're not interested, it's that they're trying to safeguard their emotions. Conclusion: understanding why she's silent is key to navigating modern dating. Her silence doesn't always mean disinterest. It often reflects her emotional independence, societal conditioning, the influence of social media, and fear of vulnerability. By understanding these dynamics, you can approach the situation with more empathy and awareness, leading to better communication and ultimately more successful connections. Section 5. How you can respond as a high-value man now that you understand why she might not contact you. It's time to shift the focus to what you can do. The answer isn't to chase her or try to decode every move she makes. Instead, it's about embodying the qualities of a high-value man who doesn't rely on external validation. First, stop obsessing over her silence. The moment you start wondering why she hasn't texted you is the moment you give away your power. Focus on your purpose, your goals, and your growth. High-value men don't wait around for someone else to validate their worth. Second, when you do reach out, make your communication purposeful and confident. Don't play games or try to manipulate her into responding. A simple, direct message that adds value to the conversation will set you apart from the crowd. Finally, understand that if she's genuinely interested, she'll come around. Modern women might hesitate, but they're not immune to the pull of a strong, self-assured man who knows his worth. Be that man, and you'll find that her silence won't bother you nearly as much, because you'll know she's the one missing out. Section 6 me's with the influence of peer advice. In the modern era, women often rely heavily on their peers for advice about their dating lives. If she likes you, you can bet her friends already know all about you. Here's where it gets tricky. The advice she receives can be conflicting and often steers her away from reaching out first. Her friends might tell her to play it cool or wait for him to text first. Why? Because modern dating culture romanticizes the idea that men should pursue women, and a woman's worth is tied to how much effort a man is willing to put into winning her over. This creates a situation where her desire to talk to you clashes with the advice she's getting from her social circle. She might want to message you, But the fear of being judged by her friends stops her. Peer influence doesn't just affect teenagers, it extends well into adulthood. The modern woman is often bombarded with opinions from her friends, who may have their own biases or insecurities, which shape the guidance they give. To navigate this, you must understand that her silence isn't always her choice. It's often shaped by external voices. The more confident and self-assured you appear, the more likely she is to tune out the noise and follow her instincts. Section 7. The fear of losing leverage. Modern dating often feels like a game of chess, and women today are hyper-aware of the need to maintain leverage in the relationship dynamic. If she contacts you first, she might worry that she's giving away her upper hand. In her mind, reaching out signals that she's more invested than you are, which could make her feel vulnerable to being taken for granted. This fear of losing leverage isn't just psychological. It's rooted in real experiences. Many women have reached out first in the past, only to have their efforts dismissed or their interest exploited. They've learned to protect themselves by withholding communication until they feel confident that the other person is equally invested. As frustrating as this might be, it's important to understand that it's not about you specifically. It's about her past experiences and her desire to avoid repeating them. To counter this, don't play into the same games. Be consistent and genuine in your communication, and over time, she'll realize that you're not like the others she's encountered before. Section 8. Overthinking and analysis. Paralysis. Modern women often fall victim to overthinking, especially in matters of the heart. She might sit there staring at her phone, typing and deleting messages. Why? Because she's unsure of what to say. She might wonder, will he think I'm too eager? Am I coming on too strong? What if I say the wrong thing? This mental spiral leads to analysis paralysis. She wants to reach out, but feels paralyzed by the fear of making a mistake. This overthinking is amplified by the culture of perfect communication that social media encourages. The pressure to send the perfect message or to always appear composed can cause her to hesitate and second-guess herself. If she's caught in this cycle, it can delay or prevent her from reaching out altogether. Conclusion: understanding and patience. In conclusion, modern dating is complex, and understanding why she might not text first can give you valuable insight into how to navigate these dynamics. The key is not to get frustrated, but to approach the situation with empathy and patience. Women today face a variety of pressures, including societal expectations, peer advice, and their own fears of emotional investment. By embodying the qualities of a high-value man, focusing on your goals, being confident in your worth, and avoiding the urge to chase, you'll stand out from the crowd. With time, if she's genuinely interested, she will reach out. And in the meantime, remember to focus on yourself and let the right connections develop naturally. Section 9. The influence of social media. In today's world, social media fosters a culture where people are constantly curating their words, filtering their photos, and presenting an idealized version of themselves online. For her, reaching out might feel like a high-stakes moment where she's putting herself on the line. The best way to handle this is to make communication easy and low pressure. When you do talk to her, show her that you're approachable and that you're not judging her every word. This can create a safe space where she feels comfortable letting her guard down and reaching out more freely. Section 10. The influence of past trauma. Many modern women carry emotional scars from past relationships that make them hesitant to initiate contact. Perhaps she's been ghosted before, or maybe she's reached out to someone in the past, only to be met with coldness or rejection. These experiences don't just fade away. They leave an imprint on how she approaches future connections. For her, not contacting you might be a way of protecting herself. Even if she likes you, her fear of reliving those painful experiences holds her back. She might think, if he really likes me, he'll text me first. So she doesn't risk getting hurt again. This is why patience and understanding are so important. If she's holding back because of past trauma, it's not something you can fix overnight. However, what you can do is show her through your actions that you're different. Consistency, kindness, and respect will slowly help her let her guard down. Section 11, her priorities might be elsewhere. It's easy to assume that her silence means she's playing games or isn't interested. But sometimes, the reality is much simpler. She might be focused on other priorities in her life. Modern women often juggle careers, personal growth, friendships, and family responsibilities. Even if she likes you, her current circumstances might leave her feeling like she doesn't have the bandwidth to pursue a relationship or even consistent communication. This doesn't mean she doesn't care. It just means she's human. Life can be overwhelming, and sometimes romantic connections take a back seat to more pressing concerns. Understanding this requires emotional maturity. Instead of taking her silence personally, recognize that her life might be pulling her in different directions. The best way to navigate this is to focus on your own priorities as well. When she sees that you're driven and purpose-focused, she'll feel more inclined to reach out when the time is right. High-value men understand that attraction isn't about constant communication. It's about living a life that others want to be part of. Conclusion: focus on your value and purpose. Understanding modern women means focusing on your value and purpose rather than chasing answers. When you stay true to yourself, her silence won't define you. Instead, it will make her notice you more. If this video helped you, hit the like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more insights. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.